So far, we've memorized Stella by Starlight up to measure 13, and we're in the key of the 5 chord. Today, I want to show you a different perspective that you can use to learn the next measures. So, although Stella doesn't have a clear A section followed by a clear B section, we can see these 8 measures as a bridge of some kind, and then the last 8 measures as a C section. For the B section, I like to think of the target, the B flat major 7 at the end of our section, our 1 chord. And I always remember that in the B section, every chord lasts for 2 bars. Also, we are first targeting the 2 chord, C minor 7, with its 5, G7. And this G7 is an augmented chord. In fact, the melody is the sharp 5 of that G7. And the melody on the 2 chord is again, like in so many other places in the song, the 11th F. So the B section is the 5-7 sharp 5 of 2 to the 2, and then a backdoor progression, a flat 7-7 to 1 major 7. Every chord lasting 2 measures. And notice how on the flat 7-7 we play the sharp 11 in the melody, which resolves to the 9th of our 1 major 7 chord. Remember, the flat 7-7 is usually a 7 sharp 11 chord because it pairs really nicely with the Lydian flat 7 scale. So in the key of B flat, we play G7 sharp 5 to C minor 7 to A flat 7 sharp 11 to B flat major 7. So what is this in the key of F major? Well, the 2 chord is a G minor 7, and the flat 7-7 is an E flat 7 sharp 11. That means we play D7 sharp 5 to G minor 7, to E flat 7 sharp 11 to F major 7. Pretty easy. And remember, on the D7 sharp 5, the melody is that sharp 5, which resolves up to the 11th of G minor 7. And on E flat 7 sharp 11, the melody is the sharp 11, which resolves down to the 9th of our F major 7. What about in the key of C? As you can see, we still need to memorize these measures here. But this is just a sequence of extended dominants with interpolated 2s that target the G7 sharp 5. Look, our target is G7 sharp 5. The 5 of G7 is D7, and the 5 of D7 is A7. All these dominant chords resolve to another dominant chord, a perfect 5th down. And you can see that in these delayed arrows here. But A7 and D7 are preceded by their related 2 chords. These are known as related 2 interpolations. So A7 is preceded by E minor 7 flat 5, and D7 is preceded by A minor 7 flat 5. Please notice how in an extended dominant sequence with related 2 interpolations, the previous dominant chord is always followed by a minor chord with the same root. That's what the headless arrow means here. We just need to remember that these are minor 7 flat 5 chords, not minor 7 chords. So the way to memorize this turnaround is to remember the first 2-5, E minor 7 flat 5 to A7. This is the same 2-5 that we've been playing all the time throughout the song, which starts on E minor 7 flat 5, a tritone away from our initial key of B flat. And then we just need to play an extended dominant sequence with related 2 interpolations until we get to that 5-7 sharp 5 of 2 in the bridge. An interesting thing to notice is how this E minor 7 flat 5 is a half step below F major 7. And you can see that in this circled dashed arrow here. Finally, the melody on the E minor 7 flat 5 is the 3rd, and the melody on the A minor 7 flat 5 is the 11th. Again, the 11th on minor 7 flat 5 chords is crucial in this song. So what's all this in the key of F major? Well, we're starting on the C major 7, the key of the 5 chord. Now we descend a half step down to our original minor 7 flat 5 chord. So B minor 7 flat 5. Now we have extended dominance with related 2 interpolations. So that means B minor 7 flat 5 to E7, which then turns minor. So E minor 7 flat 5 to A7, which resolves to D7 sharp 5. And we're at the bridge. What about in the key of C? We start on G major 7, the 5 chord. Descend a half step, F sharp minor 7 flat 5. And then F sharp minor 7 flat 5 to B7, which turns into B minor 7 flat 5 to E7, which resolves to A7 sharp 5 on the bridge. One more thing I like to take a mental picture of is how this extended dominant sequence, the first 2 5, E minor 7 flat 5 to A7, takes only 1 measure. But the A minor 7 flat 5 to D7 is 1 measure on each chord. So now try this section in all keys. In the PDF, we've labeled all the important clues for you to memorize. Try playing the song in different keys from this perspective. All of our members are going to get a PDF with today's lesson. Always remember that the PDF links to this video for future reference. And if you're not a member yet, go ahead and become one by clicking on the join button right here on YouTube.